What up, G's? It's your boy, Prophet74. Today, we're going to continue on the build here. DIY arcade, make it yourself. I'm going to get a little in-depth on exactly what I've done. So let me move to the side a little bit and show you guys. It's not completed yet. I put the monitor up. Speakers are going to come in a bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me if you guys are just joining in right now. We're going to continue on the build, of course. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and set it up. So we're...
Low Pro joined.
What's up, Low Pro? How you doing?
Joined.
How you doing, man? So basically we're going to do the DIY, do it your own self arcade. I'm going to take you in depth and show you guys a little bit about the programming itself. So right now, currently, we're using a Raspberry Pi Zero. So right now, we are going to plug it in and put it live so you guys can see how everything works. So I ran out the cables already, and I'm pretty much all set and ready to go. I'm just going to... This is the first time I program it.
7285JONES joined.
How you doing, 725JES? How you doing, man? So right now I'm gonna plug it in. I have power running out of the monitor, and we're gonna set it up. And this is all gonna run the whole system, the whole arcade. And right now we're just gonna program one side, probably just the right-hand side, the first player, until we get it right. So if you have any questions on this stuff, I'm also gonna do the setup of the buttons. Hope you guys can hear me right. Setup of the buttons, all right, so you guys could actually do it yourselves. It's probably too loud, so I might just move it just a little bit down that way. That's actually better. So I'm actually gonna plug everything through here, run it in here. I'm gonna show you guys a little in depth of the cabling management. I haven't cleaned it up yet, but it soon will be clean. This is one side. And I think we're going to have to plug this thing into the other side. So this one's plugged in right here. We're going to have to do it player one probably. You put this up here. Keyboard in here. So you guys can check it out how to program these. The buttons are pain in the ass. I actually had to get instructions how to do this stuff online, but for now let me take you in depth, and I'm gonna bring the camera over so you guys can see a little bit of inside. Whoa. Here we go. Camera's going inside. We're gonna go inside and see the cabling in here. This is a cable management that I have in here. If you guys see it, I'll put the camera a little bit down, and let me show you what I did. So there's a USB 1 which is on this side. It's on this side. This is number 2 and this is number 1 right here. So you guys can
Underwater World. Hi.
How you doing, Underwater World? How's everything? Sorry about your loss with Jeff. I heard Jeff died, so one of your favorite alpha fishes. So I remember. I hear things and I see things. So right now we are gonna plug this sucker in here. If I could get my hands in here without moving the camera. Let me see if I can set you guys down for a bit and move some of the cable. So right now, this is a USB. It's a heavy-duty USB. Plug it in. If I could, by feel, I actually hot glued this part. If you guys see it, hold on. Oh, there it goes. So I want to go back there. There we go. So I plug in the USB, and this is 1, and this is 2 over here. So if you guys see it. So right now, let me show you exactly what I did. Let me take you a little in depth. In here, hold on, let me move some of the cables. In here, they're supposed to be lined up, all right? They're supposed to be, you got to go by number. And this is the only way you could set them up. If you want instructions, you buy the similar buttons, let me know. It's just one of those things that you have to set them up in particular order to make them work with the Raspberry Pi. If you don't set them up, you're going to have issues identifying both of them. Now, the thing I did here, if you're planning to use these keys as for PC, you're not going to have an issue. PC, you could reprogram it, do it all over however you want. But for Raspberry Pi, you're going to have to follow certain orders. If you want, I'm going to post it up and show you guys how to do that. So, oops, sorry.
Underwater World. What is this?
This is... It's an arcade system, a homemade arcade. 2 buttons. It's gonna have drawers right here, down here at the bottom, to pull out your drawers, and buttons that I just programmed. Coin buttons, arcade, monitor. It's gonna be a slash monitor slash gaming slash pretty much everything. So let me move out of the way so you guys can see a little bit more. There we go. I'm gonna start programming this stuff so you guys can see how it works. Make sure that it's not crooked, the camera, and get you guys going. There we go. So if you guys are, hello? Alright, so you guys could listen to me. Is it too loud? Let me know if it's too loud. I'm gonna try to program these things as we go along. So right now, first time everything, so I'm gonna plug in the keyboard. I'm gonna plug in one side, only this side. That's all I'm gonna do. Plug it in. Keyboard.
Underwater World. What game are you going to play on that homemade arcade?
Oh, you can play anything you want, from Minecraft to the latest games. But this one is gonna have only a Raspberry Pi, only arcades. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let me plug it in. Let's get it up and running. All right. Got power. It's a Dell monitor we're using, a cheap old Dell monitor, old monitor too. It's not even new. All the cable management is on the bottom, so you're not gonna see any of the stuff. It's handled through the back. I'll show you guys the back if you guys want to see it, but for now we're just gonna talk about it. So we're gonna load it up. We're bringing the Raspberry Pi, and we're also gonna switch it here. So we gotta make sure it's on HDMI because that's where we have it. And there's no audio right now, so the Raspberry Pi is working right now. It's kicking in. Let me see if I could get you guys a little closer so you guys can see it. There we go. Alright, I got it here. Alright, so on the Raspberry Pi, it's loading up right now. We're starting the whole system all over right now. So it's first time using it right now. It has to go through this process right now of installing all the drivers, make sure it's all yada yada yada. But if you guys notice, only one key light up. So we only have power for one right now. And we're going to make sure that we have power for all of them. They all need to light up. And if they're not lighting up, it's because there's a reason. So we're going to find out what's going on with this right now. So let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the whole thing, like the buttons, how it works. Right now I could move my buttons as it is, and we could play a game, but it's not completely programmed yet. If you guys see it, it's going into the system itself. I haven't programmed the keys yet, so it's loading up a game right now. We're just going to test it out and see where we can go. So it's going to play a football. I don't know if you guys are ever familiar with these football games. These are old classic games. Like I said, some of them are, the coins are coming up. So let's get out of this game. I never even heard of it. So we're going to get out of that one. Favorites. We're going to go with favorites. Super Mario. Bubble Bubble. Let's play Bubble Bubble. Let's see if we can find Bubble Bubble. Bubble Bubble is a good game, but I haven't programmed the keys yet, so they might work properly on one of them. So for now, we're just gonna put a coin. Coin. Nope, coin doesn't work there. Coin's not working. Can't get coin. So we're gonna program this stuff. Nope. We're gonna have to program the game. So right now, the Japanese version, if you guys see it, let me go up. Look at the games, the amount of games we have in here. And this is all arcade. Right now I don't have audio set up yet. I'm still working on the audio. But it's working now. These are all classic games, and the keyboards are, this is working really well. So let's get out of ABCs. You know, if you guys recognize any of the games, you know, just shout it out or something, you know, because it's pretty neat. So I know the camera's a little crooked. Let me fix the camera. And your famous Street Fighter. Make sure it's balanced right about there. So you're gonna DIY, do it yourself, you know, projects. It's a perfect opportunity to do something like this. First keyboard, right now we only plug in one side. So we're gonna get out the Raspberry Pi and we're gonna program this whole system. We're gonna program it. And the way, I do have some buttons. In fact, let me see if I could get the buttons in here so you guys can see them how they're supposed to be. And let me get the buttons going. Here we go. All right, I got the buttons here, and we're going to program the buttons. So first of all, you want to make sure we got to exit, right, exit, yes. We got to completely exit this mode because the keyboard's not programmed. So right now it's asking me for, it's going to ask me for a password, and the password should be Pi and then Raspberry, I think it is. So if you guys are not familiar with Linux, it's okay. Just a few commands that you can learn. It's not very difficult to understand the programming of it, but you are going to have issues if you're not familiar with some of the basic commands. So my suggestion is maybe looking up some tutorials before you start, but it's not very difficult. You'll learn this in 2 or 3 days. Depends on your knowledge on computers and in Linux and other applications. You should have a problem, but some of these applications do require some typing, so you're gonna need some type lines and you're gonna need long lines, and you got to be careful on when you're typing in the stuff because it's case sensitive. All right, so capitals and minor, you know, lowercase and all that stuff, you got to make sure you type it correctly or you're gonna mess up on something. So like I said, let me try to program this thing. So I'm looking for the Raspberry Pi. And this one has around 7,000 games, I believe. It has all the Donkey Kongs, all the... Well, we're just showing you guys here. Here it is, Raspberry. So we're going to go Raspberry here. And we are going to go down the line to where it says Raspberry configuration, I believe it is. So let me try that one if it is. I forgot which one it was, but we're gonna try all of them until we get into the right. Okay, this is not it, so we're gonna go completely down to the bottom. Finish. It was one of them that takes you to the main system, so that's where we want to go. Reboot to emulation station. That's it. Reboot to emulation station. So right now it's gonna kick me out of the track mode. And it's going to identify the keyboard right now. And we're going to program it right now as we speak. So I'm going to put this keyboard down and it's going to identify it right now. I hope it's going to identify it. If it does, you'll see it right away in the beginning. I hope it just goes to Raspberry Pi, the part that we're looking for, the actual RetroPie, not the system itself. So let's see if it jumps in. You can always change this. You can always come back and modify this to have your own. In fact, I'm going to change this to something late to the show or something like that so you guys can see it later down the line. But it's a good project to start. Let me turn the volume down a little bit down because I know gain is a little too strong. Hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for subscribing. And we're just gonna do a little programming right now how to set this up. This is a homemade arcade. I have 2 of them right now. I have another one similar to this model right now, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna post out exactly if you're gonna buy these buttons. You could use them for PC or Raspberry Pi. For right now, we're gonna use the Raspberry Pi. So identify one controller automatically. If you plug them in the way I did, it's gonna come out like this. But you do need to go to you're gonna need to exit the track mode. So right now, it's identifying one, and when I click anything, so here it is. Up pad, up, down, left, right, start, select, and then we're gonna do. This is A, B, X, Y, and then left shoulder, which should be the top one. right shoulder should be the other one. And the rest of them, you could just choose any button, hold down the button, and skip it. It will skip automatically. These, I don't have program for these. Thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing too. So on these, you could just hold down the button. It automatically identifies them. It keeps going. And the last one, we're going to be ready for the last one because I'm going to show you exactly what to do on the last one, all right? So if you program it the way I did, it's going to come up automatically. So on the next one, hold on. On the hotkey, you're going to choose two of them. These two. Select and start at the same time. And it automatically goes. You hit OK, and we should be good. So now, this side is programmed already. If I plug in the other one, it's going to identify it right now. So we could go in. Let me zoom in so you guys can see more of the games now that we're going to see. Let me make sure you guys can see all this stuff. Right there. I'm going to show you what you guys get when you program these things. So right now, I don't have the audio set up yet. In fact, let me turn off one of the lights so you guys can see better because I know it's shiny too much. There we go. So right now, we can play any game we want. And pretty much, we're going to go to your bread and butter. Of course, A will be entering the game. B is coming out. We'll play this one. And we're going to see how simple it is. Let me make sure the camera's a little crooked. There we go. I do not have the audio yet. So if you guys can see. Now, player 1 is this one. Coin, this is the coin. So we're going to start the game. Hit start. Oh, I pushed the 2 buttons by accident. I got out. So you're supposed to do one at a time. So let's continue on. Let me go back in there. So now that I'm going in here, it should be in A. Come on, joystick pickup. So joystick picked up. It automatically came in the bottom. It just shows up for a second or so. And we have to put the coin. So we're putting coins. We're putting the coins with the coin button. And I'll bring in the controller right now with the coin buttons. But in reality, if you want to buy a coin slot machine, you can do that. You could add a little box in here in the bottom and program that USB to actually, when every time you hit a coin, it's going to identify as a coin. So we can put as many coins we want. We still hit the first player and we start the game. Ah, shoot. You know what? I didn't program that button properly, but we'll start it right now. Go back in there. I got to reprogram that one again. But it's okay. You can always come back and reprogram the whole joystick. So it's not a big issue if you mess up. Come back again and reprogram it. In fact, let me see if I have the other settings in here that I could bring up and you guys could see them better. Okay, here it is. So let me make sure it works now. X and B. X and B is X and B. X and B. Oh, all right. Here goes the Street Fighter starting up right now. X and, okay, I did program it right. 1 coin, 2 coins, 3 coins, and just start the game. But the programming is not starting properly. I don't want to start. I got to reprogram it. So let me go back out. Let me completely get out. You always use your keyboard. Here. On this one right here, you go exit. Let me back exit. Go in here. Configure. Input again. A. Are you sure you want it? Yes. You want it. So we're going to go do it again, all right? USB. Up. Down. Left. Right. Start. Select. And this is going to be A, B, X, Y, left shoulder, right shoulder, and the rest of them are the same. Somehow it kicked out my program and I have to do the buttons at the same time. If you don't do it at the same time, it's not going to pick up. That's what happened to me. It was collecting the select as the default button. So we're going to go back again, like I said, reprogram it. It's not that hard to reprogram it. And we're going to do 2 of them at the same time. I got to do it at the same time. So hopefully it worked. Let's see if it worked, because if it didn't work, you have to do it again. So let's quit this sucker. Back. Exit. Exit. Okay, here it goes. Let's go back in there. Let's see and make sure it works. Like I said, you gotta mess with it once in a while. You do have to mess with it, right? So it's not as difficult as it is, but I made it difficult because I'm in a bad area. I'm crooked. I'm not even straight on. So if you guys can see it, let me make sure it starts. So let's put some coins. I'll bring the audio later so you guys could hear it. But right now, I'm just testing it out. I'm running it through the Raspberry Pi and see how well it works. Hit the start button, and hopefully, there it is. Now it's picking up. So we collect any character we could play. This one, Super, and we'll do this Ryu. So it's ready to go, and this is as tall as me. It's pretty tall cabin. But the best thing is it's gonna be a bookshelf. You could do whatever you want in there. So this. Bastard. He's gonna beat my ass up. Come on, come on, come on. Always resolved. Always resolved to this. He beat me. Anyways, very simple to program. Now we're gonna get out. We're gonna push these two buttons to get out of the main screen. I don't want you guys to see me lose completely, so we're gonna save that for another time. Now here we have a list of all the Street Fighters that we want. But if you want, we can always go back out. B is to come out to the main screen. All Sega, Pac-Man. Ooh, you guys are a big fan of Pac-Man. Might as well put Pac-Man in here. Let me make sure I get you guys on the stream a while. Hold on, sorry about that. Alright, so here we have a collection of Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man Arcade. I don't know what that means, but we're going to go in there and we're going to check it out. So again, I programmed these two buttons to default back out. Coin is to put coins. Player 1 is to player 1. You go and the best thing about these things, man, they come with these already. So you don't have to buy anything, you have to program anything. They're all built in. They're filled in, so it's not bad. It's a really good thing item. So we're gonna put one coin, player 1, and we're gonna start. I don't have any audio, like I said, I haven't programmed the audio yet, but if you guys can see, it's working very well. The button is very sensitive, so I gotta probably just mess with the buttons. Go down. It's very sensitive. You gotta make sure you don't break it, but these are pretty good. See, it's just me. I forgot that you have to hold on. Oh, I should have supposed to get that. No, go back. Okay. Anyways, the list of games is incredible. I'm gonna hit the two buttons to get out of the screen. It gets out completely. You could also print out some instructions for those people that don't know what they want to do or stuff like that. And if you guys can see, sometimes let me show you guys a little bit of the buttons actually. So let me see if I can put the buttons, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because we're gonna fix we're gonna fix the buttons right now. There we go. So if you guys notice, only one light came on, but that's easy. You go underneath. We'll pull one out. It's live right now, but let me see. Not only one button's on, so these buttons are on. The one in the back, this one's the red one. It's not coming on. If you guys, let me see. Here it is. It's not coming on. It's easy to come out. You take it out. You can spin it around. And there's the button. We'll put it back in there. You guys see it? It's lighting up now. And there's the button. It light up. All you gotta do is mess around with the button. So, B back. And let me just make sure the other one, green one. Green one's out. Flip it around. They turn on. Some of them are not, like contact is not very good sometimes. But Very simple to fix. There we go. So the green button is on, the red one is on. It's easy to check it out and easy to replace. The button's good. So let me explain a little bit of exactly what I did. So let's zoom back out again. And if you guys, I have so many shows on Upgrade and also late to the show. If you guys like what you guys are looking at, programming one of these for your houses is not that hard. This one was probably cost me under $300 to build the whole thing. We're talking about buying the Raspberry Pi. This is what running the whole show here. This whole thing right here. This is running the whole thing right now. USBs are connected in here. It's wireless. Then the card itself is probably $10, $7. You probably buy it for cheaper, $3. 32 gigs of it. It's running the whole thing. Monitor, you could buy it cheap, used, anywhere, you know, if you have an extra one, older one. And the size that you built it, it's not the size of your monitor, so make sure that you guys are aware of that too. The buttons are very expensive now. They're going high price, but you could buy them up to low as $23 to $20. The only reason is that a lot of people are building their own systems because this year, 1UP Arcades pushed out brand new arcade systems out there. They're little mini arcade systems, and they flooded the whole market. But people were not happy, and they were modifying their system, and they bought these buttons and they made it look to their feeling, and they had all these games in there, and they modified where they control the whole substance, that the whole hardware that goes in there. So it's good to buy the little arcades, but they're half of the size of this, and they're half of the size. So they're as big as this, maybe, and it's good for sitting down, 2 players at the same time. I actually built one of those. I built a small one. It's on that corner right now. I'm not going to show you guys because I got a mess. But I have this one commissioned to as a bigger one. And like I said, for under $300, you pay $300 for the little one. This is for under $300. So I did buy the Street Fighter one. I returned it. It was a piece of shit. It comes with 3 shitty games that I don't recommend people playing that. It's the system itself was not very good, very fragile. It's too small. It's cheaper material, so I ended up completely getting rid of it. And I'm happy with this. I mean, so far I'm building it as we go along, and it's coming out really good. I'm actually pleased with it. Let me turn on this light so you guys can see it. I did solder a couple things in here, but most of it, it's not solder. It's just basic stuff, you know. So let me fix all the buttons for now. So this button here, gonna make sure that all these buttons are not touching each other. They have the plastic too, because we don't want to short. So here's a button. We took it out. Flip it. There's a contact. See, I think all of them were bad. Were flipped wrong. So there's 4 buttons already on. It's that simple to just program it. And I'm doing it live. Not programming, but fixing the hardware. Okay. This one. There we go. Ooh, I think I hit something. I jumped out of somewhere. Might be going to a game. Okay, that's good. So let me get out of here. Go ahead. It was going to a game, so, but I got one more to go. And like I said, it's not that hard to do these things. It just takes time. It's time consuming. If you're a good carpenter or you have the materials to do it and the time, I recommend you doing it. Yeah, you guys can see my butt through there. You guys didn't say nothing. So let me get this button out of the way. There we go. The last one. The piece of resistance. So we're gonna flip it. I think all of them need to flip because there we go. Red. I've never even played this game. It's gonna be impossible to get through this cable. There you go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Can't get it in through there. Light's a little loose. I gotta fix it. Okay, let's fix this. So, make sure it's in there properly. This is properly in there. We got it through. There we go. There we go. It's a little loose, but we'll fix it. Let me fix the audio too here, because I can't hear you guys if you have any questions. I want you guys to ask any questions you guys want. You want me to play Minecraft Pocket?
Underwater World. Hi. Underwater World. What is this?
Well, those are
Underwater World. What game are you going to play on that homemade arcade? Underwater World. You might open an arcade game store. Underwater World. Play Minecraft Pocket Edition.
I don't really play Minecraft. My kids do. I don't play it, but my kids do. Trying to get the cable in here. We're not disconnecting anything. Gotta go around this one. There we go. Alright, there it goes. Come on, buddy. Where are you? Come on, get in, get in. Gotta find the right niche. Can't. What you want, ugly dog? Come here. Come here. Come here. Look at that. Look at the camera. People want to see you. Over there. What you want? What you want, my ugly mutt? Huh? What you want, you ugly son of a bitch? Oh. Okay, don't lick the cable. You're gonna electrify, fool. You're gonna electrify me. Ugh. He just comes and kisses me and he takes off. He wants something. Either he wants to go inside the house. Sometimes he comes back and he tells me he wants to go inside. But I can't go right now. I'm trying to fix this thing, face the shell. But I'm gonna give you guys a little demo of how it is. And it's a basic. So I'm gonna bring that camera in closer so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna talk about it a little bit closer. So button wise, we got all set up right now. I just disconnected this one right now by accident. We took out the LED light because it's the red one right now that's off. We're gonna do it. Monitor, it's a 27-inch monitor. Dow. You could buy them cheap now these days. These are like 10 bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. If you buy them on Craigslist or a used recycler or something, you can buy them anywhere. Speaker wise, I'm gonna set up with speakers right now in a bit. Stepping back, if you guys see it, there's two sets of drawers in here that we're gonna add drawers, so we could pull things out and put it in there. You can use this and put it in your closet too, and if you ever want to play or something, you can use it. And they're pretty large right now. But it's incredible how technology changed that you don't need anything. And let me take it to the back so you guys can see it. Now here, let me see if I can stretch out the stuff. Here in the back, this is pretty much what I did. I set up everything. There's nothing in the back, if you guys notice. All the cables in there. It's strapped in there. Cables are all coming out through here. Also, the Raspberry being powered by the monitor. The monitor itself. Let me come to here. There's USBs in here, in there. underneath the monitor. Let me see if I can take you underneath. Can't see the cables that much, but that's pretty much what it is. I don't have too much of it. Other than that, let me step back a little bit back in here so you guys can see it. I'm still programming some of the stuff. It's as big as me. Like I said, it is pretty large. If I step back, this is my, I'm like a 6 foot, almost close to 6 foot. I'm 5'11", right? I'm close there. I'm close, all right? If I wasn't that chubby, maybe I would have been as big as 6. But it's a marquise. We're gonna set up a marquise. We're gonna cut this out and make it maybe plexiglass in here so you guys can see some of the signing. We're gonna put LED lights in back of this monitor, so it could shine the lights, and it's gonna go with the music of the game. Anything the music game, the lights are gonna shine up. Here, I'm gonna have a keyboard pop out here. So if they want to play Minecraft or any other game, arcades, PCs, everything's going to be played from here too. So this is going to be a dual system, not just one dual. I am going to hang a couple Xbox controllers here, maybe 4 of them, 2 here, 2 on the other side. So if they want to ever switch, all you have to do is hit the button, switch it to PC. They're able to play the PC. And like I said, this monitor is powering the Raspberry Pi. Power wise, it's consuming only the power that the monitor is ejecting, and the Raspberry Pi is only 5 voltage, 5 watts voltage. That's 5V, so that's not that bad. Other than that, we have all these games that are like, I think they pulled the cable out. Yeah, I pulled the cable out on that one, so we're gonna fix that one in a bit. Other than that, if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything that you guys want to learn about how to build one of these, I am going to do a video. I'm doing a video on it, how to start from scratch, and you guys going to see an in-depth review of what it took to get through this process. Right now, you just coming in here to see the finishing touch, which is not that bad, but it's coming along. It's coming along really good, really well, and sorry about the movement of the cameras. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go.
Schmeagles, looks good so far.
So far so good. I mean, I like it so far. It's I am gonna post a video how to build this thing from scratch. So from programming it to this thing. So right now we're just doing an in-depth review of what it took, and right now, like I said, I'm still messing around with the buttons. I'm still programming the color, make sure the LED lights are programmed. But if you buy something like this, these buttons, you're gonna have to program them. You're gonna have to plug them in the way I did, or they won't identify both of them. Player 1, player 2. The option is that you could put a coin button if you want. It's up to you. So you could enter coins, or you could buy a slot coin machine actually to put real coins in there. Now it's $35. So for this project, it was under $300, and it's big, and it's gonna have pull-out cabins that I'm personally making it myself. So we're gonna be pulling them out, and I bought my Kia some shockers, so it could be like one of those smooth pull-outs in the bottom and the top. And if you guys can see, there's a lot of room for anything you want. You could even add a PC in here. And like I said, I'm gonna put a keyboard to slide out from here, from the top. The keyboard's gonna slide out. I make sure that it's not going to hit these bumps right here, because underneath the keyboard it's going to be there's going to be a little indent, so it won't hit any of this stuff. I'm also going to replace these later down the line, but right now we're going to keep them as it is. But overall, it's coming along. The project's coming along really well, really good. Like I said, I do stream a lot on YouTube. I have all the builds that I've done, especially the expensive builds to the cheapest builds. And put the camera down. And if you guys are interested, hit me guys up on YouTube. I answer questions there, because sometimes Mixer doesn't, you can't chat back on Mixer, so I end up doing a lot. Let me see if I can focus in too. I'm sorry about that. So I'm doing an in-depth review on other stuff too. So let me see if I could. There we go. So it's not focusing. No, it's not focusing. Oh, there. It's just focusing on me. So, like I said, a lot of these games, you gotta if you own them, it shouldn't be a problem. Let me make sure that the camera's focusing. There we go. It's stabilizing. There we go. Put the camera down. Make sure that everything's coming out. It's a little out of focus, but it'll come on right now in a bit. And yeah, it's not even focusing right. So let me make sure. There we go. Come on, focus, 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 focus. Anyways, so if you guys like this project, I'm doing an in-depth video on it. It's gonna be on YouTube. If you have time, if you guys have time, let me put in my link of the YouTube so you guys could go in there and maybe hit me up later. Let me see. I'll put in the link of the show. So if you guys have time, hit it up. And so far, I mean, let me make sure it's in there. So if you guys have time, go in there when you guys can and subscribe and hit me up and look at the videos. I have a lot of description. I buy a lot of stuff, products, and I talk about them. And on top of that, I do demos of certain gaming systems. So what you want? Come here, come here, but don't drop the camera because it's, come here. What you want? Come here. He wants to come out on it. So let me see if he wants to come out. Come on. What you want? Well, you need subscribers? You need subscribers too? Oh, so let's clean your ear. There. How about this one? How about that one? There we go. There. Alright, so like I said, if you guys ever need to check out late to the show, I am hitting a YouTube. I attempt to videotape a lot of this stuff, and all my products and all my stuff is in there. And if you guys have time, you know, just hit me up and let me know. For now, I'm gonna cut this end to finish this up. I'm gonna end it, but you're gonna see the in-depth video on how to build one of these from scratch. More details, of course. Right now, it's just a run through of what you can do. Regarding the blueprints, I could post them up, but it's not that hard to build one of these squares, you know, if you just cut them. In fact, Home Depot will cut them for you. Just you gotta ask somebody nicely. That's all. So other than that, I'm your host, Prophet74, and we're out.